Utah, a team that put it on you guys pretty good last year, and a team that's had a really good start to this season. How big of a game is this for you guys?
Well, it's going to be a great test, and I think it's a great test for both teams, and it's not the end-all season-making test for either team, but they've handled teams well, and they're playing good basketball, and so I think it's needed for us, and it's needed for them to play some good teams.
Your schedule's kind of ramped up a little bit, and this seems to be the biggest test so far. What are you hoping to learn about your team in a game like this?
Well, we had a tough time scoring on them last year, and they defended us really well, and we were coming off 4 out of 5 games on the road, and we never could get flow offensively last year. A big part of that was the way they guarded us, and so we just have to do a lot better job offensively and and defensively. We never stopped them all night.
Obviously, not a lot of Pac-12 teams come into Taco Bell to play, much less undefeated Pac-12 teams. So, a big time for you to make a statement for your fans.
Well, it's just a good game, and I think you got 2 teams that are pretty. Hopefully that we can battle with them, and 2 teams that I think are playing pretty good basketball right now, and so yeah, I think it'll be the team that plays the best, and truly is one of those games.
What did they do to you defensively last year that gave you so many problems?
Well, I think one of the big factors probably was that we got down and then we got really impatient and kind of got away from what we did and what we do well, and then that just seemed to snowball.
What's kind of impressed you most about what they've been able to do so far? Because we see the point totals, things like that, but also I think defensive side too. They've been pretty tough.
You look at some of their numbers. I mean, teams are making 18% from 3-point line against them. They've been solid in all facets. They're running really well. They're scoring it really good. They're guarding terrific. And they're playing well together. And they're a lot different team than they were last year. So for them to be playing that well within such a new team is impressive.
Does your recent success being able to score points despite not having to shoot a bunch of 3-pointers maybe help a little bit when you see a team like this doing so well guarding that perimeter? Or?
Yeah, but the game will. It's not like they're allowing people to get to the rim or sacrificing their defense principles to just guard the 3. They're guarding pretty efficient from everywhere.
As the level goes up, if they continue to blanket the 3-point line, it's going to be more and more difficult to get that penetration as the skill level goes up with your opponents. So what kinds of things do you have to vary?
Well, we have to be able to execute what we do a little, keep getting better at that. I think that's important. We have to be able to show patience when we need to show patience and be able to move teams around a little bit more. And like I said, that's what we didn't do last year against them. So,
do you feel like when we talked to Anthony, he said maybe last season maybe that team wasn't quite fully prepared for that sort of environment, maybe that game. How fired up do you feel like the team is this year going into this game?
Oh, I don't know. I think they're excited to play. They know they have a lot of respect for Utah. They were all on the team last year. They know what happened to us, and so they'll be excited to play because it's a good team now, not because of anything about last year really.
If there was a catalyst game last year to sort of filling up Taco Bell, it was that LSU game.
Mm-hmm.
The first time you sort of saw people really get excited about the basketball team. Do you feel like this is that catalyst this year?
Oh, I don't know about that. We've had some good crowds so far, and they've been building. So yeah, I would hope it's a little later start, but I would hope that we'd have a great crowd, and we need a great crowd to get out there and help us. We need students to be back, and it affects the home team when you get a great crowd.
How much did the fact we played this the 4th year, home teams won every time? How much has that helped having the game?
Well, it shielded.
I agree.
College basketball, the home team. You look over the course of college basketball. That's usually the advantage. But again, I think it's more about which team plays really well this night, and not just who's the home team, who's not the home team.